2 hours a day, an hour of weights and push-ups and sit-ups and everything else you can gym and just, and then...
Meet LL Cool J. He is 58 years old, has maintained one of the most impressive physiques in the entertainment industry for over 3 decades, and has written 2 New York Times best-selling books about exactly how he does it. In this video, we are going inside his full eating day, every meal from the moment he wakes up to the last thing he eats before bed. Why he eats differently depending on whether he wants to lean out or bulk up, and the one dietary rule he has followed his entire career that makes everything else work. And if you stay until the end, we have a free bonus waiting for you. James Todd Smith, known to the world as LL Cool J, has been one of the most physically imposing men in the entertainment industry since the mid-1980s. He released his first album at 16 years old, became one of the defining voices of hip-hop across 4 decades, starred in NCIS Los Angeles for 14 seasons, and has maintained a level of physical conditioning throughout all of it that most men find difficult to explain. He wrote a New York Times best-selling fitness book called The Platinum Workout, followed it with the Platinum 360 diet and lifestyle, and has spoken extensively in interviews about the specific nutritional principles behind the body he carries at 58. The reason his eating approach is worth studying is not that it is complicated, it is that it is not. There are no extreme protocols, no celebrity chef meal services, no impossible restrictions. What LL Cool J eats is something any man could apply to his own life, and the results across nearly 4 decades speak for themselves. Before we get into the specific meals, you need to understand the one idea that sits underneath everything LL Cool J eats. His own words from the Platinum Workout: always leave the dinner table with a desire to consume more food, but the discipline and foresight to get up and leave. That single sentence is the foundation of his entire nutritional approach. Not what you eat, how much. He does not follow a restrictive list of banned foods. He does not eliminate entire food groups. He eats real food in controlled amounts, and he gets up from the table before he is completely full. That principle, applied consistently for decades, is the reason his physique has never collapsed between projects. He also adjusts his diet based on his specific goal at any given time, something most men never consider. His own words to the LA Times: "If I want to lean out, I eat a lot more fish. But when I'm filming NCIS and want to bulk up to play Sam Hanna, I add chicken and some steak to my diet." His eating is not rigid, it is responsive. And that responsiveness is one of the most important things any man over 50 can learn from how he approaches food. First thing in the morning, LL Cool J trains early, and his pre-training nutrition is built around one priority: getting protein and carbohydrates into his body quickly without weighing himself down before a demanding workout. His own words: "Because of my grueling schedule, early in the day I eat lots of protein and some carbs for energy. Sometimes I have a protein shake for breakfast. I might throw a cup of oatmeal in and blend it really fine." A protein shake blended with finely ground oatmeal delivers fast protein alongside slow-release carbohydrates, giving the body fuel for training without the digestive load of a full solid meal. This is not a complicated strategy, it is a practical one that works inside a demanding schedule. Breakfast. After training, LL Cool J eats a complete breakfast built around protein and whole food carbohydrates. Scrambled egg whites or whole eggs with vegetables, oatmeal with fruit, and a further protein shake to continue the muscle protein synthesis that training has triggered. He has described this as the most important nutritional window of his day, the period immediately after training, when the muscles are most receptive to protein and the body's rebuilding process is at its most active. Getting clean protein and carbohydrates into this window is non-negotiable in his system. Mid-morning, LL Cool J eats 5 to 6 small meals per day rather than 3 large ones. A habit from his Platinum Workout system that keeps blood sugar stable, maintains muscle protein synthesis throughout the day, and prevents the energy crashes that lead most men to reach for poor food choices. His mid-morning meal is typically a lean protein source alongside vegetables or a small portion of complex carbohydrates, keeping the pattern of protein at every sitting consistent across the full day. Lunch: grilled chicken breast or fish with steamed vegetables and brown rice or sweet potato. This is the core of his midday meal, regardless of whether he is in a leaning phase or a bulking phase, with the primary variable being portion size and the addition of steak during bulking periods. He has described his approach to chicken and fish as interchangeable depending on his specific goal, with fish being his primary lean-out protein and chicken being his primary bulk-up protein because of the slightly higher caloric density. The meal is built around what the body actually needs at that point in the day rather than what is convenient or immediately satisfying. Afternoon snack. A small protein-focused meal to bridge the gap between lunch and dinner. maintaining the frequent feeding pattern that keeps his metabolism elevated and his muscle protein synthesis active throughout the afternoon. Protein shake, hard-boiled eggs, or lean meat with vegetables. Simple, clean, and consistent with the rest of the day. Dinner, lean protein, fish or chicken, alongside vegetables and a controlled portion of complex carbohydrates. LL Cool J keeps dinner clean and deliberately smaller than lunch, following the principle that evening calories are less efficiently utilized than earlier ones and that a lighter dinner supports the overnight recovery process rather than overloading it. His own words on leaving the table: always leave with a desire to consume more food, but the discipline and foresight to get up and leave. Dinner is where that discipline is most visibly applied. Before bed, a slow-digesting protein source, typically cottage cheese or a casein protein shake, providing the body with amino acids across the full overnight period rather than going without protein for 7 to 8 hours during the most important recovery window of the day. This habit, which LL Cool J has described in his Platinum 360 system, ensures the body has the raw material for muscle repair and hormonal recovery across the entire night, rather than fasting completely. LL Cool J's nutritional system is built around 4 principles that are particularly relevant for men over 50, and understanding why each one works explains why his physique has held across nearly 4 decades. 1. Protein at every meal. The single most important dietary intervention for men over 50 is consistent protein intake across every eating occasion. Sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss that begins in earnest after 50, is directly counteracted by regular protein consumption that keeps muscle protein synthesis elevated throughout the day. LL Cool J's 5 to 6 meals, each anchored by a protein source, addresses this more effectively than 3 larger meals with gaps in between. 2. Adjusting for the goal. The ability to shift from a leaning approach, more fish, fewer carbohydrates, smaller portions, to a bulking approach, adding chicken, steak, and larger portions of complex carbohydrates, without abandoning the entire system, is what makes his approach sustainable long-term. Most diets fail because they are binary. LL Cool J's approach is flexible within a consistent framework. 3. Leaving the table before full. The Japanese call this hara hachi bu, eating to 80% capacity. LL Cool J has been applying it for decades without naming it. The physiological basis is that satiety signals lag approximately 20 minutes behind actual fullness, meaning that eating to the point of feeling full always results in having overeaten. Getting up slightly before that point prevents the chronic overeating that produces gradual weight gain over years and decades. 4. Consistency over perfection. He has never described his diet as perfect. He has described it as consistent. The difference between those two things is the difference between a physique that holds for 3 decades and one that collapses between motivated periods. LL Cool J eats well most of the time, adjusts when he has a specific goal, and never allows a bad day to become a bad week. If you found this information helpful, we have fantastic news for you. We're thrilled to announce that our requested ebook 8-Minute Fitness at 50 Plus is now here, with over 1,000 5-star reviews from men just like you. This comprehensive fitness guide is especially curated for individuals over the age of 50 who are committed to leading a healthy and active lifestyle. And because you stayed until the end, your free 4-hour anti-aging meal plan is in the description. Thank you for watching.